Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Today we have a special video for you. We were tagged by our friend Xandra the Greyhound to do a Q&A video. We've already done one Q&A video in which Rancho answered some interesting questions about himself. So if you click here, you can watch that. And you also asked us some questions under that video, and we gave you a chance to give us some more questions on Instagram. So today we'll be answering those. If you have any more questions, just drop them down below and we'll be happy to make another Q&A soon. Okay, let's start. So the first question is, how did you come up with the name Rancho? And this is actually quite interesting because Rancho is named after a character in a Bollywood movie called Three Idiots. It's the only Bollywood movie that we've ever seen, and it was at the time we knew that we were going to get a puppy, but we still hadn't found a breeder, and we were so excited about getting a dog that we were already looking for the perfect name. And then we watched that movie, and we both fell in love with the name and also with the character. The movie Rancho is really smart, optimistic, and a passionate student, so that's why we decided to give Rancho this name. And Rancho's full name is Rancholdas Shamaldas Chanchat, and we still often call him that, and people are like, okay, so that's his registered name. And we're like, no, it's just a name we gave him. His registered name is different, and obviously they think we're crazy. We definitely recommend watching the movie. It's on Netflix, but be prepared because it's 3 hours long. So the next question is, where are you from? So we're from the Czech Republic, which is a landlocked country in the heart of Europe. Our neighboring countries are Germany, Poland, Slovakia, and Austria. And we only have about 10 million inhabitants, but we've got 2 million dogs here. We're famous for our beer. In fact, Czechs consume the most beer per capita in the world. Our capital is Prague, but we live in Brno, which is the second largest city in the Czech Republic. Many people still call us Czechoslovakia, but that country split into two in 1993. Now the Czech Republic and Slovakia are two separate countries. All right, next question. What are your favorite activities? So I think that our favorite thing to do is probably hiking, whether it's in the mountains on vacation or here where we live. I just love when we can disappear in the forest for 2 to 3 hours, and I find it very energizing. And also it's a great way to wear out a dog like Rancho because he's got so much energy. Next question is, how much do they shed? Now that's a good question because they shed heavily twice a year, and during that time they require daily brushing, especially before summer. There's just going to be hair everywhere. And they also shed moderately throughout the year. In my opinion, it's not that bad during that time, but of course you'll find hair all over your clothes, you know, on the carpet or on the sofa, especially if you pet your dog a lot or if you cuddle a lot. But because they're long-coated dogs, their fur doesn't get embedded in the fabric and it can be removed quite easily. Anyway, I'll show you what our apartment looks like right now, 2 days after we vacuumed. As I said, I think it's not so bad, but I have nothing to compare it to. And maybe my standards are just too low because I know how bad it can get during the shedding season. But I think that if you give your dog a quick brush once or twice a week, you should be able to keep the shedding at bay. Next question. What's your favorite thing about Rancho? Well, I've been thinking about that, and I think it's the fact that he can go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds, and I like how he's always ready to do whatever we set our minds to. And I also love how he just runs up to me on a walk and bites me as if to say, hi, I'm here, even though it sometimes hurts, you know. So there's just too many things that I love about him. It's hard to pick one. Then we have a question for Rancho. If you could be any human for a day, who would you be and why? So let's ask Rancho. Next question. What's your favorite music? Well, I think Rancho's favorite music is the sound of birds chirping, water flowing in a creek, and his human's footsteps behind him on a hike. That's probably it. Next question. What's your next adventure? Looking forward to the next video. Thank you so much. Next adventure. That's an interesting question. We're actually not planning anything right now. We'd love to travel some more, but the situation now with the nasty virus seems to be getting worse again. So I don't really know. I think our next adventure will most likely be just getting Rancho's gut health back on track. Or maybe you guys could give us some tips on what our next adventure should be. Let us know in the comments and we might pick your idea and do that. Next question is for Rancho. Would Rancho rather get unlimited playtime or unlimited chicken? So let's ask him again. Yeah, Rancho will always choose playtime over food. Next question, does he have siblings? Yes, he does. He has 6 siblings, but ever since he left the breeder, he has not seen them. But yeah, I'll show you a picture of all the pups together when they were still at the breeder. Okay, and we're getting to our last questions here. Which breeder did you get Rancho from? So Rancho is from the dog Arabat kennel. His father is a dog from Belgium and his mother is here from the Czech Republic. Next question. Thinking of getting a Tervuren. Any tips, recommendations on training, or another question, any advice for a soon-to-be first-time Tervuren owner? Well, we've been getting this question a lot and I think it actually deserves a separate video. So please stay tuned and it will be out next week. I've already started working on that. And our last question is, does Rancho protect his family? Well, another great question. Rancho is quite a friendly dog, but he usually ignores people until they start talking to him, or we start talking to them, or we meet their dog. Then he has to go and say hi and he's really friendly towards them. But there were 2 situations in which his protective instinct kicked in. And one was when a new client of mine wanted to meet in a parking lot outside a supermarket. And it was already getting dark. And of course, I didn't feel very comfortable doing that. So I took my 2 bodyguards with me. And this man I met was very strange, to say the least. So Rancho and his dad were standing a short way off. And when the man came closer to me, Rancho started growling at him. And he didn't stop until he moved away. So that actually made me feel much safer. And the other time was in the forest when we met a really weird looking man. Rancho started growling at him and he even started baring his teeth at him, which is something he never does. I don't even know what this man was up to and who that was, but Rancho didn't like him at all. And he looked pretty scary. So I know if something happened, he would definitely try to protect us. You know, Belgian Shepherds have a protective instinct, and I think it could serve as a deterrent. But he's not trained in protection, so I don't know how he'd react if a situation really got intense. So it's hard to tell. All right, guys, so I think that's enough for today. If you have any question we didn't answer in this video, you can ask in the comments and we'll be happy to make another Q&A video. We hope you liked this video. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and turn on your notifications so that you're notified every time we post a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.